Hello, this is a little different video because I really didn't feel like getting ready, but I just was in the mood for filming. And so this is something that I talked about in my last product empties video about how I wanted to just show you what I used every single day and sort of how it performs before it gets totally empty. And this is the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. I really didn't like the gentle facial cleanser. It's basically like the moisturizing version of this. I didn't feel like it got my makeup off. This is the exact same packaging. It comes with this great pump, except for this one pumps out completely clear. It foams up really nicely. Now, not as good as the Clarisonic foaming cleanser that came with my Clarisonic, but this is still a pretty good alternative. And somebody told me about this in the comments, and I commented back to them saying thank you, because I really do love this. I want to say that this was somewhere around like the $10 mark. This next thing I thought, because it says melting gel cleanser, I thought this was gonna be one of those like melt off things that you put on your face and it like takes all the makeup off your eyes and everything, and then you wash it off with water and then you just go in and cleanse your face. Part of like that double cleansing method that I mentioned being interested in. Well, it sort of does that. I've ended up just using this as a regular cleanser. You can see it comes out in sort of like this yellowy, very thick gel-like substance. One thing I will say about this is that it smells amazing. Like, I really wish that they made perfume that smelled like this. This does a pretty good job as just a normal cleanser, but it's definitely not the double cleansing step that I bought it for, if that makes sense. So if you're just looking for a gentle cleanser and you don't wear a ton of makeup, I think that this is a great one out there. But again, don't think that this is like melting your makeup off and then you go in with a second cleanser, because that's not what it's for. If you watch my FabFitFun unboxing, you know that I got this as sort of the answer to that double cleansing problem. And I'll say, I don't really even think this works that great. And this is exactly what I thought it would be. It says shake, put 3 pumps of this into your hands and put it onto a dry or wet face to massage your makeup off. Now, it does get a lot of my face makeup off, but it does not do a good job of getting any of the mascara or like liquid eyeliner that I use off. But again, it's not really doing what I needed to do. But this was, you know, super cheap on FabFitFun add-on, so I think I got it for $9. I'm glad I tried it, but again, it just doesn't quite do it for me as far as like waterproof makeup and mascara goes. So then that takes me to this guy. I actually just replaced this brush head. I'm gonna try out the deep pore cleansing brush head now that we're entering into the summer months and I tend to get like clogged up and stuff because my skin gets a lot more oily. And I have it in the color Sea Breeze. This is the Clarisonic Mia 2. I got this for Christmas and I use this as often as possible. I love this device, and I have seen an improvement in my skin 100%. So do highly recommend the Clarisonic if you don't have one. It's a bit pricey, but sometimes they offer really good gift sets. This right here, as you can see, I need to clean it. And disclaimer, I need to clean all my makeup brushes, so before everybody goes crazy in the comments, I know. So this is the L'Oreal makeup sponge, and Jam Beauty 89, or Jessica Braun, you've heard me talk about her a million times because I love her and I trust her videos. She recommended this sponge, and I find that this is like gets a little too big. I like the size of the Beauty Blender better. However, this is less than half the price, but this does soak up a lot more product in my opinion than the Beauty Blender does. I use it obviously, as you can see up here, most for concealer. The foundations that I have right now I either put on with my hands or they're better used with like this type of like paddle style brush. But this is good if you like really big, super bouncy, squishy sponges, then I think that you really will like this. It's $6.99. You can find it at Target or Walmart or whatever. So I do like it. I just think it soaks up a lot of product for what I'm using right now. This next little guy is one of my favorite products of all time and probably one of my most repurchased products of all time. Fun fact, I've never paid full price for it. So this is the Origins High Potency Nitamins, the Mineral Enriched Renewal Cream. This is a wonderful nighttime, super thick moisturizer. As you can tell, like the peaks are just staying there. It is just so luxurious. You wake up and your skin looks so plump and healthy after you use this. I typically tend to use this in the winter time. This is the full size 1.7 ounces, and you can almost always find this in one of those gift sets. So I actually ended up getting this eye cream, but this is still lasting me a pretty decent amount. So I got this, and I got a daytime moisturizer and a cute little bag that it goes with. And I think I got all of that for $42, and this alone is $43. An awesome deal, obviously. This is the Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream, and it says to brighten and depuff. Now, I don't notice a whole lot of depuffing going on, and I do notice a lot of brightening going on, but I have to tell you all that it is sort of an illusion, and I'll explain why. I've heard really good things about the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye, but that's supposed to like long-term change your under eyes and get rid of dark circles. This is more of an illusion. So you put this on, and when you move your hand, like you can see how it reflects the light. So that's why it's brightening, and it does work, but you have to know that like this is not gonna heal your under eyes or get rid of dark circles over time. It's just a brightening effect when you're actually wearing it. So be aware of that. Really love this, especially for daytime. At nighttime, I prefer something maybe a little thicker, but right now, my only other option is this terrible stuff. I do not like this. It does not rub in. It does not spread. This is the Juice Beauty Soothing Eye Concentrate. Smoothing, not soothing. Next on the list is this serum from The Ordinary that's called the Buffet, and it says apply on the entire face in the morning and the night after cleansing. Now, I've used a pretty decent amount of this. As you can see, like almost half the bottle, and it's fine. This is not life-changing. It's $14. I've heard a lot of good things about this, which is why I was so excited to try it, especially now that it's sold at Sephora. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase this though. Right behind that, I have this Murad Skin Perfecting Lotion. Again, this was another FabFitFun product, but this one I really love. It's just a super light daytime moisturizer, which I was out of, so it was the perfect timing too, which made it even better. And it says lightweight oil-free moisturizer provides shine-free hydration. Agreed, it is shine-free for blemish-prone skin, which I just think is great because, you know, in these warmer months, I tend to do a little bit of breaking out. So the fact that this is like helping with blemish-prone skin in these hotter months makes me really happy. And right next door to that is this big guy, and this is the Proactiv Complexion Perfecting Hydrator. I don't usually use Proactiv, my little brother does. However, he neglected to use the moisturizers for like several months of orders, and it actually is really good. It again has some salicylic acid, so it is working to prevent acne, which is what we bought it for him for. I just find that this is a pretty good moisturizer. I don't use the entire regimen, so I can't say that this like works really well in preventing acne or not. This is another FabFitFun product. As you can see, I truly use like almost everything I get from FabFitFun. If you want to see comparisons between BoxyCharm that maybe does makeup and brushes and stuff like that, I have a video that I can link for you, but FabFitFun just continues to surprise me. And this is the best daytime face sunscreen besides my super expensive favorite, the Clarins. But this is SPF 50. I use this daily under makeup. It dries down to a matte finish. It does smell sunscreeny, but it is exactly as it says, ultra light. I love this stuff. This is another thing I was so surprised I really liked, and I'm really glad that I do. This is the Badescu skincare. This is the drying lotion. What you do is you can see, where's it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so you have this alcohol-y liquid layer, and then you have this pink layer. Now typically the alcohol liquid's going to be a little more, but I accidentally knocked this over the first time I got it and spilled a lot of it. But what you do is you open this up and you dip a Q-tip right down through the liquid into the pink substance, and then you just dot that pink Q-tip substance onto the face where you have blemishes, and this truly does just dry it up. Highly recommend. $17. You can get this at Ulta for sure. That's where I got mine. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and everybody on YouTube made a big stink about this, and I really do like it. This is the first setting spray I've ever liked. This typically retails for somewhere around $9. You can see I got mine at CVS. I've used a lot of it. Now I do drench my face in this because if I use powders and I end up looking sort of powdery, I want that look to go away. So I typically spray this on, and it really does a good job of making your makeup last. You should get this if you're in the market for a setting spray from the drugstore because it lives up to the hype. Here's another Cupre product, and it's fine. The issue with this is that it's a coconut shear oil. However, they say that you can like use this in the daytime and put your makeup on over it. I highly disagree. I have sort of like normal skin. It tends a little bit on oily in the hotter months, but this like never sinks into my skin. I mean, you have to use the tiniest amount if you truly want it to sink in and be able to lay your makeup over it. So know that a little goes a long way. It opens up and it has this like dropper style. And as you can see, it is pretty much straight coconut oil. So it will solidify if you keep your house at, you know, certain temperatures. But I mean, it's not messed up. It'll melt as soon as you get it into your hands. But I can just go ahead and show you just how like greasy looking this ends up being. So it stays like this for a pretty long time. And that is just like, that is too greasy to put makeup on over. It takes forever to sink in. So this is wonderful. Like yesterday after I got back from the pool, I ended up putting this on. I didn't like put makeup on or anything else the rest of the night, and that was a great way to use this. This next one is the Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. Every Fresh product my skin absolutely loves, but unfortunately my mind does not love the price tags. This was actually as part of the birthday gift that I collected during my little extravaganza with my friend Kessler. That was such a fun video to make, so I'll link that for you too. But this was one of the free things in the birthday gift, and this is wonderful. My face just drinks it up. It almost performs better than my favorite like Origins Nitamins. The problem is I'm just not willing to spend what this cost. So I always have to just get it in trial sizes and baby it. And then really quickly, this is just my Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder that sits on my counter at all times because it's so big. All right, so over to the right of the sink is where I got this little organizer from the Container Store. This is sort of my miscellaneous side. This is a great lip scrub that I got from BoxyCharm. It smells like Christmas time, and I actually use this all the time. This is a serum that I got from Physicians Formula at another suggestion from Jam Beauty 89. And I did not realize that this had straight up glitter in it. It says it's an oil-free serum, but as you can see, it's sort of iridescent. It's this white milky color. And I just wanted a serum that would be good for my skin, not just make things glowy, because I have another product for that I'll show you in just a minute. But this just has these little glitters, I don't think you can see that, all in it. So I was a little bummed, but this is the trial size, so it's okay, I didn't break the bank paying for it. These are little sunscreen samples that I keep here to encourage me to use them. And then this is another massive Oprah highlighter that I actually really like to use as an eyeshadow, because this is just way too intense for my skin tone. But as you can see, so pretty, so pigmented, a great gold eyeshadow. The Cover Effect Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. This is super duper glittery. Like, I did not know what I was getting myself into with these. So a little goes an extremely long way. Look at that. I mean, it is pretty. It's just one of those products you really have to work with, and I'm not trying to be this glittery going into the office every day. This is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and this is the product that I was saying gives me the little glow that I want, that discourages me from using that. So this is a wonderful primer that I got 50% off in last year's Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It comes with a pump. It smells awesome. I don't notice this doing like a fabulous job at holding on to my makeup. Like, that's definitely not what I use it for. It just gives a great base under any sort of foundation. You can see it's sort of yellowy. It makes your skin look so smooth and soft with this little sheen to it, and I love that, especially when you have more like mattifying foundations like this one right here. This is the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. It says medium coverage. I find this to have pretty light coverage, but it does stay all day. I like that it has SPF 15. I have mine in the shade Calico, and I had this really cool like shade tester thing done to me at CVS when I went to buy this. And they held this little thing up to my face and it told me this was a great color, and sure enough, this matches me perfectly. I do like this foundation. I do think that it stays for a really long time. That claim is there, but again, I just don't think that the coverage is medium. I end up having to use about 3 pumps of this to get like a light-ish medium coverage on my face, but I really like it, and I'm glad that it's relatively inexpensive, but you still have to use a lot of product in order to get it to that state. This was another recommendation from Jessica Braun. Can you tell that I watch her channel a lot? This is the Misha Beauty Perfect Cover BB Cream in the shade number 23. Now, she warned in her video, she's like, I'm super fair and I'm really surprised that this shade works for me because it looks really, I don't know, gray, yellow. It's not a good looking color when you first put it on your skin, but then it shears out and it ends up blending really well. This has really good coverage, even better coverage, I think, than this foundation right here, and it's perfect for every day. I love that it has SPF 42 in it. That's pretty insane. It smells good. It didn't break me out. It's so easy to apply just with your hands. This is the perfect put on and go. And better yet, it's only $10 on Amazon, so you can get it really quickly for a really decent price, and I love that. We already talked about this terrible eye cream. This right here is the Oprah Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream, and this is SPF 50, so even better. It has a great scent. It also has a pump, just like the other products I mentioned here. The issue with this is I have it in the shade light and it is so dark. But you can see like that is not light. I don't know. I think that I really should have gotten the fair one because you can see it's a pretty decent contrast from the rest of my skin tone. But this product is wonderful. It has excellent coverage. I'm talking super high coverage. You've heard a million people talk about this, I'm sure, but I really, really love this. It's very expensive. It's $38 compared to this, which is $10. It really is great. And I'm excited to be able to use it when it's actually my shade. This is the NYX Angel Veil Primer, and this has also like super rave reviews. I just don't like this. I think that I found out that I just really prefer luminous, glowy primers. They make you not look matte, and this is a really mattifying primer. Now, I've had a weird situation like where I shook it up one time, it got really oily. It's super thick, it's white, and you can see it's like a really thick paste-like primer that fills in your pores. And I do have enlarged pores sometimes, so this might be a better type primer for my skin tone than maybe something like this. I just think the effect of this is so much prettier on my skin throughout the day. This is also stupid expensive for a drugstore. This is like a $15 primer for this 1 fluid ounce bottle. So that's pretty much everything. Hopefully this was a fun style for me to go through and tell you how this performs, if I like it. It's something a little bit different from the product empties video. So if you like this style video, then please give it a thumbs up and comment below with any products that you've been loving or maybe want more information about that I went over today. So I'd love to have you subscribe and join the community, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.